Good evening, dear devotees and friends. Let us begin our regular discourse on the Panchama Veda, the Gospel of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, with this sutra. Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam kubibhiriditam kalmashapaham sravana mangalam srimadatatam bhuvi grinanti e bhurida janaha. We were discussing about the last time, in the last Wednesday, the Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he is talking about the Guru, the importance of the Guru. And we were quoting Sadguru Pave Ved Batave Gyan Kare Upadesh. So that is a beautiful the Hindi couplet. And if you go to a real Guru, then he will teach you the discrimination between the real and the unreal. What is real? That is God, that is permanent, and everything else are unreal because they are temporary. So Sadguru, the proper Guru, the real Guru, the preceptor, who is the representative of God or the God himself, will teach you only this much. Then how? By Jnana Kare Upadesh, by giving you the teaching of knowledge, and this is called knowledge. Knowledge means the knowledge of one. Everything is nothing but that one. So that is the knowledge. Then afterwards, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he was discussing about the Brahman. And what is that Brahman? Veda speaks of the 7 planes. We studied those 7 planes. Shubhecha, Vicharana, Tanumanasa, then Sattvapatti, Asama Shakti, Padartha Bhavana, Turi Yoga. These are the 7 planes of the Vedanta, and in the last week we have discussed. And he was telling about Veda speaks of Sachidananda Brahman. Brahman is neither one nor two. Very wonderfully he was mentioning in this way. Neither one nor two. It is between one and two. It cannot be described either as existence or as non-existence. Na sat tan na sat. Sat asat. Na sat tan na sat. It is between existence and non-existence. So that way he spoke about the Brahman and the Satchidananda. The moment we say one, it becomes, the conception comes about the two. The one means two, and two we cannot say like that. So in between one and two, here we have to understand, when you say one, the Advaita, it is not telling ekam, it is telling a negative Dvaita, it is not two. So this is the way we have to think, and it's so subtle, so perfect, so specific. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he is giving the example. If you remove and open an onion, one after another, slowly you are removing the cover of the onions, and slowly the onion you will reach to one place where you will find nothing. So what is the onion then? All those covers? No. It is there, the existence. So he is giving the example of the onion. The Brahman is like that. After removing all these, slowly when we reach over there, we find only existence. Sat, existence. And it is there. After that, he is taking another the viewpoint, and that is called the devotion. Now friends, in the Hinduism, they are giving scope for all different type of people. In the Bhagavad Gita also, you will find sometimes it is telling, Tasmad Jnani Bhava Arjuna. Therefore, you must become a Jnani. A Jnani, this is the Jnana. Satchidananda Sarupa Brahman. Except that there is nothing, and it is only the existence. You cannot say this is one and you cannot say this is two. So that is the way, the path of the knowledge. And suppose you can't, then Tasmad Yogi Bhava Arjuna. And you must become a yogi. Who is a yogi? Withdrawing all the senses from the sense objects. And this, our eye, the ear, the nose, the tongue and the skin, it is going on collecting information of the five different types of objects and giving the information to the mind. Mind is going on working on that. Stop that. Withdraw that. Why? Because those objects that you are thinking they are good, in reality they are all so temporary, it is of no use having those. So we have to withdraw that. That's called the yogi. Then about the karma, the third chapter of the Bhagavad Gita completely dedicated to the karma. And what type of karma? You do any sorts of karma you like and your profession, but don't get attached to those things. That is the teaching. Karmanaiva vadhikaraste na phaleshu kadachana. That is the teaching. So karma, and then the devotion, bhakti. You have to dedicate everything to me. So 4 different types of emotions the people are having. Some are very intellectuals and they like to analyze everything and then like to proceed. Some are emotional, some are active, some are contemplative. They meditate. So those who are emotional type, they have the devotion. If you give only one path, one idea, God is only this much, and this is the only way you have to follow, it's very difficult to accommodate all different types of people. The Hinduism, that's why accommodating all varieties. The same God, sometimes those who are following the path of discrimination, vichara, path of knowledge, called Brahman. And those who are following the path of devotion, emotion, they call it God. And those who are withdrawing the senses call it Atman. Like this. Goal is the same, name is different, but our process are different. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is unique because he came for the modern age. So he is telling there is a pond, and from the 4 different approaches, 4 different people going to the same pond and then fetching the water and telling this is water, this is aqua, this is pani, this is jal, and 4 different names. And if they fight on that water, it will be just funny. The same thing, because of the different name, you are doing like this. So this is the way we have to understand. Here Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, now he is talking about the devotion. The Guru, he spoke, this is essential to teach you these things. And then according to your capacity, your aptitude, he will guide you to follow one path. And then come the bhakti, he is telling, the Vedas. When the devotee develops raga bhakti and the passionate love of God, he realizes him. Now he takes the mind to the highest devotion. Raga bhakti. Raga means attachment. Raga dvesha bijiktestu. In the Bhagavad Gita again, raga means tremendous attachment. So that's called raga. And here he is telling, if the devotion to God becomes that type of attached, then it's good. Then it is good. He is telling, when the devotee, it is page 659, 659, when the devotee develops raga bhakti, passionate love of God, he realizes Him. But one loses Vaidhi bhakti, formal devotion, as easily as one gains it. So he is mentioning another bhakti. It's called Vaidhi bhakti, Vidhivat bhakti, according to the system. So it goes. That is called Vidhivat bhakti. Majority of the people all over the world in different religion, they are following the Vaidhi bhakti, Vidhivat bhakti. The do's and don'ts that has been given to them, they follow that and they think that is ultimate, that is sufficient. We need not to do anything else. But that is nothing. When the people, they come to us for spiritual instructions, we give them mantra diksha, the God's name, and ask them, well, 108 times in the morning, 108 times in the evening, at least these 2 times you must take the name of God. And then you sit like this and meditate like this, and this is the way you should count the name of God, etc., etc. These are called vidhis, the rules, the system, and it is given to you. Please follow that. Majority of the people, they think that is sufficient. No, that is the beginning, just beginning. And from there, slowly, when you are going on taking the name of God and then listening to the name, the glory of God, and thinking about God in different times, slowly you are developing love for God. Then comes the attachment for God. There is a growth. It begins from that, Vaidhi Bhakti. But Sri Ramakrishna is telling it is nothing. Don't give so much of importance on the Vaidhi Bhakti. You have to grow. Swami Vivekananda very nicely said, it is better to born in a church but not to die there. So we have got some guidances. Suppose I am a Hindu, I was born in a pious family, my father, mother, they were doing that. I thought that is the only way one should do. Suppose I stop over there and can't accept anything else. It is like, it is better to born in a church. That much. I cannot open up. I cannot learn. I cannot develop my devotion. So that is the problem. Majority of the people. Why there is so much of bloodshed, hatred, fighting in the name of religion? Because we do not understand these. One group of people going and attacking and killing other group of people when they are praying. Can you imagine? What type of religious people they are? And they are thinking they are doing the best thing for their own God and their God will be very happy. Nonsense. God is only one. God cannot be many. You think that this is my God, that is no problem. But you think and you love and you follow, that is okay. So here we must have to understand this much. 21st century. Now people are thinking to go to the moon to settle over there. And now we are thinking in this way. And if you are not following my religion, my God, then I will go and kill you. And that too when you are praying in your own temple. So that is terrible. So this is called ignorance. And this has come from not only from ignorance, that is also ego. Those people in the name of that religion, the so-called teachers, so egoistic, so ignorant about true religion, they are inspiring others to go and utilizing their devotion, utilizing their softness for the religion, and ultimately bringing bad name about religion. People are doubting. Young people are doubting about religion. But religion is nothing but love. Religion is nothing but unselfishness. Friends, that's why I always suggest, not that I am a follower of Ramakrishna. Those who have read the Gospel of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, all this narrowness, all this wrong conception will go away. But if you don't like to open your window, if you don't like to allow the fresh air to come, then of course that type of people are always, it will be there in this world. So Sri Ramakrishna is giving the idea of devotion, and he is telling one loses Vaidhi Bhakti, formal devotion, as easily as one gains it. After some time they will forget it. This is formal devotion. So much japa, so much meditation, so much sacrifice and homa, so many articles of worship, and recitation of so many mantras before the deity. So that is the way they always goes. Articles of worship means, if you go to a Hindu temple, any Hindu worship, they call Pancha Upachara, Dasha Upachara, Shodasha Upachara. Pancha means 5, Dasha means 10, Shodasha means 16, increasing the items that they are going to offer to God or Goddess. That much. It has nothing to do with the devotion. Devotion is different. I like to give this many things to God, and I like to give a cloth, and then I like to offer these. I like to give the coin, gold coin and silver coin. So many things they go on adding. They can do it because I like, someone is coming to me, I like to feed him or her with so many items. Now the 24th December is coming, people will be inviting. Of course nowadays it is not allowed. But when they go, they carry the candies, and they will be carrying the different type of gift, and that is the joy. It is not that you must have to do that, because 24th December they are thinking on that particular day that Jesus was born, not very sure, so they are thinking. So all over the world, the Christians, they celebrate the birthday of Jesus, and the God has sent his beloved Son for us, so celebrating that. And when celebrating, they are exchanging gifts, different type of things. The gift Jesus never saw, those are the gifts we are giving. The socks and these, the beautiful shoes and the sweaters, all those things. Jesus never saw that. But in the name of Jesus, love of Jesus, out of devotion to that, we are exchanging. What is the difficulty? No problem. You cannot do this because Jesus only did this. That is terrible thing in the name of religion. It is the love, it is the compassion, it is the attachment to God. This, the main point we are forgetting. And external things we are taking, that this is the religion. And this orthodoxy is always there in every religion. And some people, they are very boastful. Actually, they are very egoistic. They don't know anything about religion. But because of their muscle power, they are thinking they will do like this. So those who are truly devoted should try to understand it is the love for God and nothing else. And the best thing that God loves as a gift from us is our tears and nothing else. Everything God has created, what you are going to give to God? It is our tear of love. I can't see you, God. I can't hear you, God. Now every day I am growing older and older. We do not know when I am going to die. The sun is setting. Please come before me. Give your darshan. Let me talk to you. Let me touch your feet. Let me get your blessings in this very life. In the Upanishad it says, Yached abedit atha satyamasti. Nachetiha abedit mati vinasti. Here and now, you must get the blessings, you must get the realization. What is the realization? The God is everything. I cannot hate. I cannot do any harm to anyone, because each and everything, everyone is nothing but the manifestation of the same God, the Lord, whom I call by this name. This is the path of devotion. And Sri Ramakrishna is taking us to the highest devotional condition. He is telling Vaidhi Bhakti. This is like this. Such devotion comes in a moment and goes in a moment. In the beginning, many people say, well, friend, we have lived in a Havishyana for so many days. Havishyana means they will be cooking only rice, and they will mix with that habi, means the ghee, the clarified butter, and little salt, and that they will eat. That is the simplest food. So that is the way they survive. But almost all the Hindus, they do like that. At the time of the brahmacharya and different and Havishyana. So I have lived on that, so they will be boasting. How many times we have worshipped the deity at our home, and what have we achieved? But there is no failing away from Raga Bhakti. The Vidhi Bhakti, I have visited that holy place, I met that holy person, I listened to him, I cooked for him, he visited my house. People love to say like that, the devotees. But that is only the outer. Even if the holy person is visiting your home, what is there? Yes, the presence of a holy person changed the atmosphere. But do you understand that? Do you benefit out of that? When we are going to a holy place, do we really concentrate our mind and remember that? If not, then it's all mockery. It's of no use then. The main thing that we have to, within our mind, understand that and concentrate our whole mind on that particular thing, forgetting all other things. So this he is telling, those who have performed many meritorious deeds in their past births, or those who are eternally perfect, they only get this. That it says the Raga Bhakti. And who get this passionate love for God? The Raga means the attachment, the passion, the passionate love for God. Then Sri Ramakrishna is telling, those who have performed many meritorious deeds in their past births, and those who are eternally perfect. What is this perfection? What is this meritorious deeds? It is only those who are helping others, thinking that they are serving the living gods and goddesses. There are many organizations, social organizations, helping many people in many different ways. But those who are doing that, if they are thinking that we are helping these wretched people, they can't help themselves. So we are helping. They're helping, but not getting any spiritual benefit. Those who are helping with that idea, I am blessed that I have got the opportunity to help this God in distress. They get the benefit. The giver should kneel down. That is the teaching of Swami Vivekananda. Giver should be humble. God, you have given me the opportunity. You have come in the form of this person who needs medicine, who needs some warm clothes, who needs some guidance, who needs some money, food, clothing. I got the opportunity because you have given me some money. You have given me the thoughts to donate. That is the way when one person is thinking, then he will get the spiritual benefit. This life, previous life, those who are going on doing always the good work, they're going on accumulating the good result, accumulating automatically, whether they want it or not. Then ultimately their mind will be purified, and there will be only love, and there will be unselfishness. Love and unselfishness is nothing but the purity. We talk about purity and purity. We talk about the divinity. What is this purity? What is this divinity? These two qualities, love and unselfishness. I say this again and again. And when these two are there manifested completely, this is pure. This purity we can see in the life of Ma Sharadamani Devi. No differences. She is loving each and everyone equally. Whether is an educated, uneducated, well-established person or not, what is the profession of that man or the lady, never, no discrimination. That is the love, that is the beauty, and that is called God realization. So here Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is telling, friends, you know, the bhakti is a vast subject. But in brief we can say the devotion. What type of devotion? In the Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says there are 4 types of people. They are having the devotion to God. What are the? Artha, Jigyashu, Artharthi and Jnani. Artha is afflicted, is suffering mentally, physically, economically, then social different problems. Then they come to God and say, God, please help me, etc. Their love for God, or their devotion for God, their prayer for God, only for to save them from that particular problem. They are called Artha. This is one group. Then Jigyashu, a curious person. Sometimes the children, students, nowadays they are not coming. Previously from different schools, students used to come, and we have to write an article on Hinduism. Can you please guide me? What is this Hinduism? What they do? They're curious about. Their devotion to God, their curiosity about God is that much. So they are called Jigyasu. Artharthi, they are selfish people. They go to God, go to church, go to temple, synagogue, mosque, only to satisfy their personal need. They will go and then they will say, God, I have a business. If you are increasing me this profit, I am going to give you this thing. So like that, they are another type of devotion. But their devotion, their faith to God, their visiting to God and calling on God only for that particular purpose. The first is Artha, afflicted, then Jigyashu, the curious person, Artharthi, they need the support from God for their own economical benefit. And then finally comes Jnani. Jnani means he has understood this world is futile. I don't need this world, constantly changing. I used to love that person so much. Now that person wants to kill me. He has become so much against me. He is now an enemy. Previously I used to long for his company or her company. Now I am hiding myself from him or her. Why this? This changes, constantly changing. Relation is changing. Behavior changing. Society is changing. Everything changing. The knowledge, some people used to be so boastful when they were discovering one after another some scientific truth, saying they used to, and where are those? People have forgotten them. On the basis of that, some people have developed, or sometimes they have discarded their discoveries. Everything changing. Then why unnecessarily I will go and cry for those things which are not going to stay there with me? So that way we have to understand. So that is called Jnani. The moment a person has developed that, it turns to see the permanent thing, and he get the idea of God. So these are 4 types of devotion and 4 type of people they are going towards it. This is called general way to understand the devotee and their devotion to God. So the best is the Jnani. Now the Jnani, this person, when he is starting his journey, is called Vaidhi Bhakti. The many they write to me, I like to know about the spiritual life. I ask them to call me, then I discuss, try to understand what is their idea, why suddenly he's asking like this. For many different reasons they do. So the affliction and these and that. So accordingly we talk. Those who are sincere, they like to know about God. We ask them, can you please come? We can sit and discuss. So then we say, this is the God. And how to develop my devotion? So morning you must repeat the name of God in this way, and then burn 1 or 2 incense sticks. Look at the photo of the God or Goddess. When the moment you get up from a bed, don't see anything, not even your own face. Just see that God and pray to God. God, this is your life that you have given to me. Please help me. And please be with me all the time. When you are working, remember God. When you are returning, again remember God. Vaidhi Bhakti, Vidhivat Bhakti, the listed Bhakti. These are the things you should do. This many times you should take the name of God. And I don't believe God. You need not to believe God. You just go on doing. If you have faith on me, then go on doing that. So that is the way they always do. Sometimes we inquire, are you doing? Are you practicing that? And then you should read. Those who are very sincere and they have the time, they have the dedication, we say 4 hours you should take the name of God and meditate. That is the 4 hours in a day. 4 hours you should read the scripture. So these are the 8 hours. Then 8 hours you should work to earn, because you have to maintain. Or if you are a completely dedicated, a monk, a brahmachari, or a dedicated in the convent, you are a nun, then whatever the work that they will give, you should do that. That is also for 8 hours. Then balance 8 hours is yours for sleeping and doing eating and doing that and that. So this is the way, the routine. I must be having lot of patience. Then only growing, developing. Slowly, the mind become trained up, Vaidhi Bhakti. But after a few days, I am not getting the glimpses of God. This is all worthless. Let me try in the Buddhism. Then after a few days from there, let me try over there. So they go on doing like that, and ultimately they find nothing, and they write a nice book against God and religion. So that is the way it goes. So Vaidhi Bhakti is this. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna says, it comes and it goes. Then come Prema Bhakti. The Prema means love. When we are going on practicing the Vaidhi Bhakti, which is the basis of the religion, we should not stop over there. We should not think that this is the ultimate. I have to chant the mantra like this, then I have to sing like this, I have to do like this. This is the basic only. As you are going to the primary school, then the middle school, then the higher school, then the college, then the university, and one day you should say, I know what to say and what to write and what to do. So you must get the knowledge within yourselves. Constantly you cannot go on attending the class and taking the notes. You should have to develop that. So from the Vaidhi Bhakti, seriously you're developing and coming to the Prema Bhakti. Prema means love. And we know, as a person in love remembers the beloved constantly, every time. If he likes to go for eating something, immediately will think, oh, if he or she was with me. Or purchasing something, oh, I should. And constantly, those who are in love, they constantly go on thinking about that. Sometimes they'll be seeing, oh, somebody's coming, oh, is it he or is she? Then, oh no, constantly going on thinking. That's called prema. They are doing everything, working, but at the same time, some percentage of his mind is constantly on the beloved. That is called prema. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna gives a very practical example. Suppose you are having the toothache and doctor gave you the appointment after 7 days. The 7 days you are going on feeling that pain, it's going on bumping, and you are doing everything. But at the same time, your mind is there and the tooth, the pain that is there in the tooth. So that is the way, if our mind is on God, thinking of God constantly, every time, when you are closing our eyes, immediately that the God's picture is coming before our eyes. When we are reading, when we are moving, when you are doing this, when you are doing that, every time, as I love God so much, I like to see God all the time. If somebody is singing about God, I feel so happy. If somebody is talking about God or reading a good book, I feel happy. That is called Prema Bhakti. The love has generated. But then finally, about which the Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is telling. This is the last stage. Devotion has different stages. It only say devotional, path of devotion. What is that path of devotion? Different stages are there. And it says, finally, Raga Bhakti or Ahetuki Bhakti. No hetu, no cause, no reason. But I just love you. That's called love for love's sake. They'll be going from the distance, they'll be looking at the beloved. Many of you know Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a great sage. And he used to live in the Jagannath. He was a very great devotee of Jagannath Mahaprabhu. And he used to go and he will be in the last person in the main gate. He'll be standing near the gate. Then there's a big hall. Then the Sanctum Sanctorum. Then there the Jagannath Mahaprabhu, the image of the Lord. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will never come in the front. He was so famous. Even the king of that state, he used to worship him. If he said that I like to go, they would have arranged the first seat for him. But no, he'll be in the end. And nobody will notice. At the back of all the devotees. And standing on his toe, he will be somehow looking at the Lord and then forgetting everything. He will be looking at the Lord, and that is called Ahetuki. I don't have any reason to love you, but I love you. And the love for love's sake. I don't need your blessings. I don't need anything, no protection. Let me suffer. Let me do whatever is happening. Oh God, I only want to see you. When they are doing the arati, the beautifully decorated Lord, and the wonderful fragrance of the flower and the incense sticks, I feel joy, Lord. And from the distance, you should not be disturbed seeing my presence, and my presence should not disturb anyone. So that is the love. If you go over there, they say he used to stand over there. His body used to become so heated. Even the stone on which he used to keep his the palm, there's made a mark on that. So that is the way, complete devotion, prema bhakti, ahituki bhakti, and then raga bhakti. Raga means I cannot survive, I cannot live without you. So much of attachment. So much of attachment, I cannot live without you. So that is called the love. So this Raga Bhakti, Sri Ramakrishna is telling, when the Raga Bhakti, who get the Raga Bhakti? Only those that have performed many meritorious deeds in their past births, and or those who are eternally perfect, eternally pure. They have no other thought but God, eternally. There are only purity and impurity. What is the impurity? Thoughts about the worldly object. And what is purity? Thought about the God. The word eternally perfect means they are eternally thinking about God only and nothing else. So here Raga Bhakti, I will quote from the Prahlada, the great devotee. The great devotee of God, the Prahlada. His father never liked the God, but the son was a great devotee. Many of you must be knowing that this beautiful story, Hiranyakashipu was his father, and he was against God. And he told no one should remember that God, so uttered the name of that God. But look at this, his son was a great devotee. The son was born in a rishi's cottage. His mother was passing through that, and then she went to that and gave the birth of the child and grew up over there. And by that way he developed the love, and it was, as Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning, from the previous birth and the perfect person. So his love was raga, attachment, tremendous attachment to that God. And he could never live without that. The father told, if you are doing like that, I am going to punish you, I am going to kill you. He told, no problem, father, you kill me, please. But because I don't like to live without God. So if you are interested, you can purchase that book, Prahlada, in a very small form, for the children, with the picture they have given. So that illustrates that book that is there, the Prahlada story, very famous. This Prahlada, he is praying to the God. And how he is praying? Ya priti avivekhinam vishayeshu anupayini tvam anusmarata same hridayat apasarpatu. And a free translation we can say, the power of attachment of the ignorant people that they have for their worldly object. O Lord, O God, let me have that attachment for you. Do not remove my attachment, love for you. Don't give me anything else. I only want that love and nothing else. So that is called Raga Bhakti. I don't need anything but God. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna giving another example. When a child, he was playing, the mother gave these and that, a little doll and that something to play, and then something to eat. The child was happy for some time. Suddenly, notice that mother is not around. Other people are there. But immediately the child started crying, and crying in the top of his voice, and oh mother, please come, please come. And then the people will give the child some other things, but it's not. That is called raga. I want my mother. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, at the end of his sadhana, he reached to that raga bhakti, and he went to the goddess Kali, and because he was the devotee of goddess Kali in Dakshineshwar, and you have seen there is a sword that the mother holds, he took that sword from the hand of the mother, that image, and started telling mother, 1 second separation from you is impossible for me. And I think you are not going to reveal thyself before me. The only thing that I can to give me the satisfaction, you can say, by killing myself. Because it is unbearable, physically and mentally, unbearable. I am going to cut my head and put that at your feet. When he took that sword, the mother revealed. That is called Raga Bhakti, unbearable separation. That is not possible. So Sri Ramakrishna said the Raga Bhakti. In other places he said Ahituki Bhakti also. So friends, this way Sri Ramakrishna, he is giving the teaching to his devotees. Those who have passionate love for God do not say such thing that I have done this, I have done that. Oh brother, how strict I have been about food, but what have I achieved? You will never say. No doubt about the existence of God and love of God. No doubt should be there. I have got so many things, Lord. So many people are dying every day, but I am leaving. Is it not that your blessings? So many people are suffering, but at least I am not in that. So many people are not having the families, not having a place to lay their head, but you have gave me so much. So this is the way he has the concrete faith for God. He will never ever complain. He is telling like that. New farmers give up cultivating if their field do not yield any crops. But hereditary farmers will continue to cultivate their field. Their fathers and grandfathers were farmers. They know that they too must accept farming as their means of livelihood. Only those who have developed Raga Bhakti or God may be called his sincere devotees. The true devotees, sincere devotees, who are those? Only those who have developed Raga Bhakti for God may be called his sincere devotees. God becomes responsible for them. If you enter your name in a hospital register, the doctor will not discharge you until you are cured. Those who are held by God have nothing to fear. The son who holds to his father while walking along the narrow ridge of a paddy field may slip if he absent-mindedly let his father's hand go. But if the father holds the son by the hand, there is no such things. So that is the way Sri Ramakrishna, in different examples he is giving to make us understand what is Raga Bhakti. The Raga Bhakti is completely depending on God, and the God is also taking care of that person. Is there anything that is impossible for faith? The majority of the people, they don't have the faith in the existence of God. They have faith for many things. Now some people told, oh, here is a vaccine. If you take that, you will be cured. We are not doubting. We are not going to see what the result. But simply someone told that this is the vaccine that we are going to give you, and we are going and receiving, isn't it? We are having the faith on the words of those people. They are capable people, and they are supposed to give us the, so we accept that. Each and every step of our life depending on the faith. All the important people, those who are having the armed bodyguards, they're having the faith on those young people. They don't know their names. They don't know where from they are coming. But then they only know the agency who have employed them, who have hired them, they must be all right. So he is so free and fearless in the company, in the protection of the bodyguards, those who are also having the arms. And accident may happen. The one of the ex-president, Prime Minister of India, she was killed by the bodyguard. So that may happen. But we have faith, having the belief, having the faith. Plane crashes, but the next flight is full. We know that it may happen, the crash. It doesn't mean all the flights, all the planes are going to crash. Nothing like that. So when we have so much of faith in everything, why not on God? That is the question. Is there anything that is impossible for faith? Now the Sri Ramakrishna, the God himself, is telling, if you have the faith on God, dependency on God, and the true devotee has faith in everything, the formless reality, God with form, and all different gods and goddesses. The formless and with form. The true devotee will have the faith on both. So I think, friends, we should stop over here. So let us, if there is any question, we'll try to give the answer, and then we will discuss about this, the God is one, in the in our next class. So let us have that. It's okay.
So the first question is from Shangita Banerjee. She is asking how we should eliminate our desires in life.
How we should eliminate is a very good question. See, when we were children, we were having so many desires, we were having. Now, as we are grown up, are those desires are there still? To go and sit with a friend and play with the dolls and exchanging the dolls, or the boys, they used to have the marbles, they used to have to exchange those. So many things we did when we were young. We have given up. How? Because when we have grown up, we have realized those things are not necessary at all. They're the children's thing. Similarly, when you are listening the words of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, reading the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, understanding that these worldly things, this name, fame, property, money, is sufficient if we are having only to maintain ourselves. That will be all right. So by that way, when we grow in our maturity in spiritual life, we'll be able to give up. So that is the way we can, and slowly, we can have that. So thank you, friend. So today, we have learned from Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna that the devotion. So at the last Wednesday, we discussed about the Guru and about the Brahman. He gave what is that Brahman. Now about the Bhakti, he said that Bhakti are so many different types, but stress was given on the Raga Bhakti. His teachings that we should develop the Raga Bhakti. And Raga Bhakti, a complete attachment to God, inseparable, the feeling of that I cannot survive without God. So up to that, and today let us conclude by saying this mantra: Niranjanam Nityam Anantarupam Bhaktanukampa Dhrita Vigraham Vai Ishavataram Parameshamidhyam tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namamaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna